Okay, great. So let's go ahead and look at our development process. So we'll actually walk through each one of these steps here in this video. Alrighty, so starting with step 1 of getting the links for the remote Bootstrap files. So in our web browser, we simply go to getbootstrap.com. And this will bring us to the main Bootstrap web page. They have a link for getting started. Let's go ahead and select that link. And this will take us to a nice section that has information about a quick start and also some sample template code that we can simply copy and paste. So I'll move down to this starter template and I'll grab a couple of pieces of code here. So I'll grab the line here for the meta viewport and also the line for the link. And I'll copy those sections or snippets of code. Okay, great. So here we go. Step 2 of adding the links to the index.html page. So just give me 1 second here. I have the page open, but let me expand the window here for a second. Alrighty, so let's move in here. So right after line 4, let's go ahead and do a paste. Alright, so that part looks good. So there's one thing I want to clean up. Down on line 13, there's another meta name equals viewport. I actually want to delete this line because we already have it up above. So let's go ahead and delete the line here on line 13. All right, that looks good. And so here's the information that we have for adding references for the Bootstrap styles. So this is pretty good. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and open up our app component.html file. And so that's step 3 of applying the Bootstrap CSS files in this template. So basically what I want to do here is actually wrap all of this code inside of a div. All right, so it's inside of a div. And then for this given div, I want to set the class equals container. So that's a Bootstrap style for giving us a proper Bootstrap container. And then also for H1, I'll set the class equals MT3 and also MB3. So margin top, margin bottom. And those are all the changes that we need here for this app component.html file. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom in here. So let's go to this list component.html file and let's do a copy paste on this file. All right, so that's the copy. So let's go ahead and rename this copy and give it a new name. And so in this copy, I'll call it list-bootstrap.component, and I'll remove the copy stuff from the file name. All right, so list-bootstrap.component.html. Alrighty, so just make sure that you're in the proper file here, salesperson list bootstrap.component.html. Let me expand the window here. So now this is step 4 of applying the Bootstrap CSS styles in the HTML table. So up top, I'll get rid of the border equals 1, and then I'll set class equals table, and then table hover. And then for t-head, I'll say class equals t-head dark. And so this will give us this desired view of our HTML table. So this is pretty good. It's a nice, pretty table compared to the ugly one that we had earlier, thanks to Bootstrap. Now, one more thing we have to do in step 5 is update our TypeScript component to reference the Bootstrap HTML template. So we have to open up our component.ts file, our TypeScript file. And up top in this file, we need to update the template URL. So instead of using the original template URL, we're going to use the list-bootstrap component.html. That's that new file that we created, we renamed, and that's the one that we have our Bootstrap CSS styles applied in. So now when our component is processed and rendered, it's going to use this new template URL. All right, so this covers all of our major steps here for our development process. So now let's go ahead and open up a new terminal window and let's test it out. So I'll just move into my project directory and I'll start my server. And it'll automatically open up the browser page and success. Yay! The Bootstrap styles are applied as desired. So we went from a very ugly HTML page to a very pretty, beautiful HTML page. And this is all thanks to Bootstrap. This looks really good. I'd like to say, good job.